What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. Wednesday. It's getting closer to Saturday. First game for Tudor. It's actually really close. Tomorrow is his official first presser, and it's going to be interesting if he's going to do Friday another probably, but it's kind of weird. But we will hear from Tudor tomorrow, and it's going to be extremely interesting to listen what he has to say. However, he is under insane pressure created by the club. Fair or not fair, he cannot run from it. I think we all want him to succeed for a very simple reason. One, because Juve, quote unquote, succeed. And two, I think everybody likes Tudor. He's an ex-player. He represents what I think everybody, the club, like the way he conducts himself, his personality, whatever, everybody wants that in, our Juve. We want to see that DNA translated to the pitch, and stuff like that. So we all want him to do well. However, the pressure he's on, created by the board and slightly by the fans and the media right now, is actually insane. So we're going to talk about, because there are some things that are tripping through the media, coming from Giuntoli, which are not a good sign to begin with, in my opinion. But before we do that, as always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about it. Okay, I say that he's under insane amount of pressure because of the sacking of Thiago Motta, and not because, again, we talked about Motta. We will talk about it in the future. Was the right move, so on, so on. However, with 9 games to go, with 1 point of the club's aim, which is not the good aim, it's nothing to brag about, and when you still need to play the team that's in front of you, Bologna, the teams that are behind you, Lazio and Roma, for example, the pressure is insane because everybody knows he needs to get top 4. Everybody knows we sacked Motta because we didn't believe we were getting top 4 with him. So we hired a coach, Tudor, because we believe, and I'm talking from the club's perspective, we believe that Tudor will get us top 4. Now, that is an insane amount of pressure for a simple reason that there's only 9 games left. And so far, none of these players really showed anything to be happy about, to, hold on to and say, actually, he's going to do it. He's going to make it. That's not out there. But the pressure is insane because everybody knows what the objective is, and everybody knows what will happen if he doesn't reach that objective. 1, he will not get the job. 2, we are in trouble financially. And 3, people, and I'm not saying you who's watching it, but a lot of people, and especially the media, will flip back towards, was it really necessary to sack Motta with 9 games left and 1 game to, we know what's going to happen. And if he doesn't win a game here and there, we know what's going to come out from the media, because the media feeds off those things. The fans adding expectations to Tudor, I don't think we should add any expectation. I don't have expectation. I still do not think we're getting top 4. And that's not because I don't think Tudor is not capable of doing that. However, it's 9 games, and from what I've seen from the players, it will be a miracle if we get it. If these players somehow turn it up, That's why I don't believe it. That's why I'm not putting any pressure on Tudor. I have no expectations right now. If we miss out on top 4, I wouldn't be shocked because I don't think we're going to get top 4. So am I going to blame Tudor for that? No. If we play bad, we're going to talk about it, obviously. But at the end of the day, 9 games to go. With what I've seen from that team, if we miss out on top 4, I'm not going to put that on Tudor because that's insane. That's actually insane. However, the club is going to put it on Tudor because he will not get that job 100% if he doesn't get it. I know part of the fan base will point towards him, and I will know the media will point to him. So the pressure he's on is insane. And what's interesting is now that Motta's gone, the news coming out from the media blaming Motta for every single signing, every single sale is insane and is worrying, because that just proves the point that Giuntoli or whoever is leaking stuff and actually saying, you know what, blame Motta. He's not here anymore. Put all the blame on him. The fact that those things are happening is actually making me fearful for Tudor. It's actually making me fearful because right now, 2 years and whatever, the club has not proven at one point that they are willing to protect a coach or the players for that account. They will let the media do their thing. Actually, they will leak stuff to the media to protect themselves, even though they shouldn't be protected from, like, it's actually insane. So when these things are coming out, it's just insane amount of pressure for him. And I've seen articles and read stuff. Oh, Vlahovic is back and Yildiz is back. Back from what? Like, some of these players were like almost dead, figuratively speaking, football wise speaking. And now they're back. They've not even had a full training session, some of these guys. So that's what I'm trying to say, tempered expectations. Because on Saturday, excuse me, it's still the same theme. Not much is going to change. The attitude, maybe, but individual mistakes, people looking not fit, people playing like just technically extremely poor, that's not going to disappear magically overnight, So that's why I'm saying, as fans, in my opinion, we shouldn't add more pressure to Tudor, because the job he has at hands is already more difficult than it should be. He's happy to be here because he wants to be here, obviously, and a lot of fans want him to be here. He's here. I'm going to back him. I want him to succeed because he's an ex-player, and again, he was actually a very good player as well, and he represents the club. In the the way he speaks, the way he conducts himself, the way he talks about the club, it represents the good old days. And I think that's where the pressure is. Like, everybody's hoping. I think it's more hope that he brings it back rather than 100% believe, because you cannot fully believe in it, in my opinion, because there's not real proof out there from him, consistency wise, maybe short term, and from the players this season. So I kind of feel for him. However, I think we're all rooting for him. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to say tomorrow, because he's obviously going to get asked the question, what's your motivation? What is your idea? Do you want to go past these 9 games and the Club World Cup? Do you want to get the job? Do you believe in this? What are you trying to do? Like, he's going to be asked those questions. He won't be asked, what do you think about Mota's job? Is there a problem in the locker room? He will get asked all those questions if journalists do their job right, in my opinion. And it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to respond to them. And you can see, and you will grasp little things here and there. And as well, obviously, you'll probably be asked formation-wise. He will be asked, are you going to play Vlahovic? What's going to happen with this and this player? Do you have an idea? I don't think he's going to go into details regarding that. We will see that on the game on Saturday, especially. But in general, I'm very interested to see what he's going to say. I also think Juntili will speak to tomorrow as well. I have a little hunch, to be honest. And it's going to be interesting to hear what he's going to say, even though lately it's just saving his own face, and it's not very helpful for fans. But yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments, what are your expectations? Is the expectations high for you for Tudor to turn it around, or is just scraping top 4 and we will see in the summer? Or do you actually believe that, no, he is the guy and he's going to go on an insane run in these last 9 games? But keeping in mind, we play teams who have been coached very well lately for an entire season, and we come in fresh. But let me know in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys maybe tonight for a live call-in show. If not tonight, it's going to be moved to Friday. Either way, there will be a live call-in show this week, tonight or Friday night. So stay tuned for that, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.